Hello everybody, welcome to EduTap. Please let me know in the comment box whether my voice is properly audible and whether my screen is properly visible to all of you. I am also checking on my phone. You can also let me know so that we can start our session of PFRDA Grade A Phase 2 Marathon. Right, so I can see that everything is working good. So we can definitely start. Do give me a thumbs up if you all are excited for this marathon. Right. चलिए जी, so let's start with our PFRD Grade A. Just give me a minute. Yes. So I have done all the settings. So let's start. And by the way, this is the last marathon which we are having for PFRDA Grade A 2025. And we have done a lot for PFRDA, the marathons for Phase 1, Phase 2, revision classes for Phase 1 and all that stuff, right? So let's start. Let's start this particular marathon wherein today we will be solving 60 questions. 30 questions I have taken from management and 30 questions I have taken from commerce and accounts. Okay. So let's start. But before I move forward, EduTap is currently offering you mega discounts. And if you see for regulatory bodies, currently we are offering 75% off. The code is Festival75 for all the courses related to RBI, IRDAI, IFSC and NABARD, or any combo course related to any exam, be it SEBI, RBI, be it SEBI, IFSC and whatnot. This particular code is only valid up to 5th October, the midnight of 5th October. So let's start. Question number 1 is on my screen right now. And I expect a good participation from your end. Please type in your answers in the comment box for question number 1. And yes, try to be responsible for the answers which you are giving. Take this as your mock test only. 30 questions for management, 30 questions for commerce and accounts. Let's start. You are one of the professor of a business management college. In one of the classes, you ask your students to write all the possible points related to theory Y management style. One of your student wrote all the correct points except one. Identify the wrong point. So over here, you have to talk regarding theory X and theory Y management style, which was given to you by Douglas MacGregor. So I can see answers are now coming. Vikas is going with D. Charanji is going with D. And everybody else is going with D. Yes, we all know that Douglas MacGregor has given you X and Y management style. In theory X, you have a kind of a person who is autocratic. In theory Y, you have a person who is a kind of a democratic in nature. Now, if you see, the question is asking you to identify the wrong point. So if you see theory Y manager rather believes that average human being does not inherently dislikes work. Yes, this is correct. Workers dislike punishment. Yes, this is also the assumption of theory Y. Creativity is widely distributed. Yes, this is also theory Y. Average human being doesn't wants to learn new thing. No, this is not the right assumption of theory Y. Therefore, the correct answer of this question will be option number D. Now, this question looks easy to all those students who have done good revision, but it can look hard to those students who have not done revision. If you have any doubt, please ask in the chat box. The correct answer will be D. And I hope you remember that there is theory Z also. Theory Z was given to you by William Auchi. Right? Theory Z was given to you by William Auchi, wherein he compared the management style of two countries, the Japan and the USA. Right? So let's move forward to question number 2 now. Question number 2 on my screen. Try to answer this question. Try to answer this question now. Question number 2. Question number 2. Which of the motivation theory is based on satisfaction progression relationship? Please answer the question. And I know many of you will be able to answer it very clearly. Which motivation theories is based on satisfaction progression? So the concept of satisfaction progression was given to you by Abraham Maslow, one of the famous person in the concept of management, right? And his theory was need hierarchy theory. Therefore, the correct answer will be option number B. But if I ask you over here, How many needs are there in the extended Maslow theory? How many needs are there in the extended Maslow theory? Then what will be your answer? Please give me your answer for extended Maslow theory. Okay, and you also have to tell me what is the highest level of need as per the extended Maslow theory. What is the highest order of need as per the extended Maslow theory? बताइए. How many needs were given? Yes, there were total 8 needs which were given in the extended Maslow theory. Originally, if you see, 5 needs were there. But in the extended Maslow theory, 8 were there, right? And out of this 8, the topmost one was transdense needs. Remember, transdense need. I hope you all recall it. The correct answer over here will be option number B. ERG theory was given by Clayton Alderfer. Two-factor theory is given by your Frederick Hansberg. Reinforcement theory or reinforcement motivation theory was given to you by B.F. Skinner. And expectancy theory is Victor Vroom. Right, so the answer of question number 2 is B, which we have all discussed. Now let's move to question number 3. So let's see that who will be able to give me the right answer for question number 3. Right, so I'm waiting for your answers for question number 3. Chaliye, question number 3. Which of the from the following options choose the one which sums the law of effect? Law of effect was given to you by B.F. Skinner, right? Sorry, B.F. Skinner gave you law of reinforcement theory. Law of effect was given to you by E.L. Thorndike. Yes, if my memory serves me very well, reinforcement theory was given to you by B.F. Skinner. In that particular theory, there is one law of effect which was given to you by E.L. Thorndike. So now try to answer law of effect. Yes, very good, Rishi Sharma. E.L. Thorndike. Law of effect. Chaliye, which of the following best sums up law of effect? Yes, if it works, repeat it. So it's like if you are getting results from it, so you will keep continuing doing that particular stuff over and over again, right? So certain easy questions will surely appear in your paper as well. The correct answer over here will be option number C, right? E.L. Thorndike put forward the law of effect. I hope you remember it. Don't get confused. Reinforcement theory, B.F. Skinner. Law of effect was given to you by E.L. Thorndike. Moving forward to question number 4. Question number 4 is on my screen right now. Try to answer it very carefully. Over here you have been given 3 statements. So try to answer the question in the best manner as possible. Cool. The question says consider the following statements. Consider the following statements and you have to choose the incorrect one. Right? So try to answer. Management by objective is in contradiction with goal setting theory. Management by objective is in contradiction. Just a minute. Thoda light increase karna. Yes. Management by objective is in contradiction with the goal setting theory. Is it or not? You have to let me know your answers in the comment box. Equity norm is the baseline for self-determination theory. Social comparison means comparing own efforts and reward with others. See, third to pakka correct hai. You have to search for 1 and 2. Fourth one, management by objective is in contradiction with goal setting theory. This is incorrect because definitely management by objective is in parlance, like it connects with goal setting theory. Right, so this statement is incorrect. Equity norm is the baseline for self-determination theory. No, equity norm was in Adam equity theory. Self-determination theory, how many pillars are there under SDT? Tell me, how many pillars are there under self-determination theory? I'm waiting for your answers. If your answer is 3, then you are correct. And if you are able to name all of them, then definitely you are going on the right track. My question to you is very, very clear. How many pillars are there in self-determination theory? We all know 3, but you also have to tell me their names. Yes, you start with competency, then you go to what? Autonomy, and then you also check for what? So you have your competency, autonomy, and relatedness, right? So these are the 3 pillars of self-determination theory. Equity norm is not a baseline for self-determination theory. So 1 and 2 are incorrect. Third one is correct. Social comparison means comparing own effort and reward to others. So question is asking to you about incorrect ones. So incorrect will be 1 plus 2. Your answer will be D only. Yes, competency, autonomy, and relatedness. Very good. One more theory is there which relates to self-determination theory. We all know the name cognitive evaluation theory. In cognitive evaluation theory, how many pillars are there? Two, right? So you have competency and autonomy over there and not relatedness. I hope you all agree with me, right? And this is how you have to do revision. Otherwise, I will just keep showing you the answers. The correct answer will be D. So this one is done. Now let's move forward to the next question. And by the way, who has given you the goal setting theory? Which person has given you goal setting theory? Which person has given you goal setting theory? Name the person who has given you goal setting theory. Please answer this question. Name the person who has given you goal setting theory. We have discussed this in our live classes also and multiple times in the YouTube also. Cool. So I will wait for your answers. Till then, allow me to move forward to question number 5. According to Albert Bandura, self-efficiency is the one belief in capabilities to organize and execute the course of action required to manage positive situations. In the other words, self-efficacy is the person belief in his or her ability to succeed in the situation. In the same regard, which of the following quality will not be seen in the person who has high self-efficacy? Yes, Edwin Locke, very good learner and very good Rohan as well. Goal setting theory was given to you by Edwin Locke as well. Very good. Chaliye, the question number 5 is on your screen now. Which of the following quality will not be seen in a person who has high self-efficacy? High self-efficacy is a positive sign. So you try to make sure that you can do everything which is in the world. So it's like you are confident enough, right? So the answer over here, let's try to decode it. View challenging problem as a task. Yes, if you are confident, then you will take challenging task. Develop deeper interest in the activities in which they participate. Yes. Form a stronger sense of commitment. Yes, because all these are positive stuff, right? Recover quickly from setbacks and disappointed. Yes. Focus on personal fallings and negative. No. A person who is having higher self-efficacy, it basically means that he has higher confidence. He will never focus on the negative outcomes, right? So answer over here will be option number E. Let's move forward to question number 6. Question number 6 is PFRDA Grade A Phase 2 2022. This question is a previous year question which we all have seen in PFRDA Grade A Phase 2 of the year 2022. Now remember my friends, 50 questions in paper 2. In 50 questions of paper 2, I expect 30 questions to be easy, 10 questions to be as moderate and 10 another to be tough. So your first target is to solve all these easy and moderate level of questions. Right, and you cannot debate because 30 questions, I think it will be on a easier side only if you have prepared in the best manner as possible, or if not 30, then 25 to easy honi chahiye. Right, so your target should be first to solve easy to moderate questions. Motivation and morale, this we have discussed again a lot. Motivation is the primary concern, morale is the secondary concern, right? Motivation will always results into morale. Morale will or it might not result into higher motivation, right? Higher motivation always increases the productivity. Higher morale might or might not increase it. So this we have discussed a lot. Let's come to the questions. In the same regard, which of the following statement is correct? You have to identify the correct one. Higher morale essentially results in greatly motivated employees. No. Because if the morale is high, team members can be happy and they can be sad also. High morale always leads to higher productivity. It might be, not always. So second is also incorrect. High morale is primary. No. Higher morale is a secondary concern. Morale is concerned with the overall attitude. Yes, this is the definition itself. So definition looks correct. So answer will be D because you have to identify the correct one. Let's move forward to question number 7. Question number 7. Consider the following statement. So you have 3 statements and you have to identify the incorrect one. Incorrect one. यानी गलत को निकालना है. Come on, let's read. Basic motives. Basic motives are those motives which are common to animal as well as to humans, right? So basic motives are instinctive, such as thirst, anger, and pain. Okay. Need of power is a learned motive. Interest in one's own job is an extrinsic motivator. So what will be your answer over here? Seventh B. Basic motives are instinctive, thirst, anger, pain. Yes, this statement looks correct because even animal will have the need of thirst, right? Need of power is learned. Yes, need of power generally comes in humans only. Learned motives are those motives which are only seen in human beings, not in the animal. So 1 and 2 are correct. Interest in one's own job is extrinsic? No, it's intrinsic. So answer over here will be option number B because only third statement is incorrect. So B is the correct one. B is the correct one. Okay, so seventh D. No, need of power is a learned motive. Yes, it's a learned motive only. Have you seen any animal who is having a need of power? Let me check also. The correct answer will be B only. Please tell me no if I have intrinsic and if I have extrinsic. Which one will be lasting for long? If I have to look for a motive which lasts for long, will it be intrinsic or extrinsic? Please let me know your answer in the chat box. Seventh B hoga, not D. Need of power is learned only. So you have to identify the incorrect one, right? So second was correct. So it will never be coming in the answer. Yes, if you see intrinsic motivation is a kind of a thing which will motivate you for longer term as compared to extrinsic. Therefore, Hansberg, which is a fellow contributor in the motivation chapter, he has also said that you focus on intrinsic, which comes from your satisfiers or from your motivators, and your hygiene factors are extrinsic. I hope I am able to connect with all of you. Now let's move to question number 8. Question number 8 on my screen. Consider the following statements regarding McClellan theory of needs. So you have David McClellan who has given you 3 type of needs, right? You have need of achievement, need of power, and need of appreciation. Need of power is also known as need of influence. Chaliye. So try to answer question number 8 now. Consider the following statements regarding David McClellan theory of needs. Achievement-based individuals take calculated risks to reach their goals and may circumvent. Circumvent means what? Kind of avoiding high risk situation. Yes, the statement looks correct to me because achievement based persons, they try to work on that particular scale wherein you don't have higher risk and lower risk. So it's like a kind of a moderate risk situation. So statement 8 looks correct. The need of power makes a person hold control and authority over another person even at the cost of compromising self-esteem. Self-esteem means what? A kind of a respect. And do you think a person who is driven by need of power, he or she will kind to compromise his self-esteem? No. So B looks incorrect to me. An individual motivated by the need of appreciation being the part of a group? Obviously, yes. These are the people on which you try to talk about relatedness needs, which were given to you by Eldeffer. Eldeffer copied it from Maslow, which was level 3 in Maslow need, which is belongingness needs. I hope I am able to connect with all of you, right? So which of the following is correct? So 1 and 3 looks correct to me, so I will mark my answer as D. What is your response? Let me see. Yes, all of you are going with D, so answer will be D only. Let's move forward to the 9th one. Psychologist Edward Deci and Richard Ryan has propounded which of the following motivation theories? Expectancy theory, no, because this was given to you by very famous person Victor Vroom. Equity theory was given to you by Adam, right? John Stacey Adam, his full name. Reinforcement theory was given to you by B.F. Skinner. Goal setting theory, Edwin Locke. So none of the above looks correct to me because Edward Deci and Richard Ryan has given you self-determination theory, which was not mentioned. So the answer will be option number E. Right? All of you, yes, you all are going with E. Now allow me to ask you some questions. In the equity theory, there are different people to whom you compare your inputs to outputs. First question, you call these people as what? Like if I'm comparing my position to Sham, then Sham will be called as what as per equity theory? And how many kind of comparisons can be made? Like I can compare my position with Sham or with Ram in how many manners? So my question is, first you have to identify that the person to whom you compare your inputs and outputs, this particular person is known as referent. And my second question was what? How many kind of reference you can have? How many ways via which you can make the comparison? So you have 4 ways. Self inside, self outside, others inside, other outside. I hope you know this. If you don't know, skip it. Right? Abhi jitna ho gaya hai, but I was just trying to ask you some revision type of questions. Yes, for comparison reference looks correct. And my last question before I move ahead, as per expectancy theory, can you give me the formula of motivation force? Can you give me the formula of motivation force as per expectancy theory, which was given to you by Victor Vroom? What is the formula? What is the formula to calculate motivational force as per expectancy theory? Please tell me. Yes, very good. Expectancy into instrumentality into valency. Expectancy links what? Effort to performance. Performance to outcome is the component of instrumentality. And under valency, you check that whether the outcome which you have received, is it valuable or not. And valency can have how many values? Try to recall in your mind. 3 values, right? Positive 1, negative 1 and 0. Cool. So that's enough for question number 9. Now let's move forward to question number 10. Yes, question number 10. In the process of upward communication, so we are closing motivation now. So motivation questions now you will see in the exam only. Let's move forward to the next chapter, which is communication. In the process of upward communication, sometimes the worker directly approach the topmost authority with their suggestions and ignore their immediate boss. Such act of directly approaching the topmost authority is called as what? Excessive outreach? No. Excessive outreach is like a kind of a marketing term wherein you try to reach as many people as possible through multimedia campaigns, right? Bypassing, distortion of messages, outward reach is not even a word. So statement number D, option number D and A are eliminated. Either the answer will be B, C or E. Yes, it's bypassing. Bypassing means what? That you skip your immediate level and you try to go to the highest level so that you can directly communicate to the topmost authority. Like if you have listened to this particular word, there was one critic to this theory who said, yes, Rishi, very good. Right? But that criticism is not important actually. Why? Because you don't have descriptive type of questions in PFRDA, right? Yes, bypassing. If you have heard about whistleblowing, in whistleblowing this only happens, right? That a person tries to go to the highest level of authority and tries to disclose certain wrongdoings which are happening in the company. So whistleblowing is also kind of a bypassing, but it is in a good manner. Whistleblowing is considered as a good thing, right? But if in your organization you are bypassing your authority, it will result into informal kind of a company which is not sustainable in long term, right? So the answer over here will be option number B. Moving forward to the next one, 11th one. Try to answer the 11th one now. A communication barrier is anything that prevents us from receiving and understanding the messages others use to convey their information, thoughts and ideas. Okay. Identify the barrier which arises because of misunderstanding of a word, picture or an action. So if I say thumbs up to you and you identify the wrong meaning of this thumbs up, then this is a kind of a semantic barrier. Anything which relates to the language, like for example, if I'm using a kind of a very fancy language and you are not able to understand it, if I'm using a very kind of a technical language, if I'm using any jargon, then all of this will come under semantic barriers. Organizational barriers basically deals with the facilities which the company provide to you. If your company is not providing you any channel of informal communication, then you will be kind of a bored person. Personal barriers deals with the attitude of a person, like superior related and subordinate related. Psychological barriers results into your state of mind. These barriers are also known as what? What is the other name of psychological barriers, by the way? Can I expect the answer from all of you? What is the other name of psychological barriers? Yes, the correct answer will be emotional barriers. Right? And is this the end of the barrier list? No, you have stereotyping, generalization, halo effect, horn effect and whatnot. Right? So the correct answer over here will be option number D, which is a semantic barriers, which deals with the science of a language. Now I hope you remember that there is one model of communication, Claude Shannon and Warren Weaver model. Claude Shannon and Warren Weaver model. They have introduced one specific term to introduce that if there is any kind of barrier, then this thing will happen. Right? So that is known as what? Noise. Noise is what? A kind of a barrier only, isn't it? Like for example, currently I am taking this class, but if the mic goes off and if I'm not able to communicate correctly, then This is all what? This is all what noise is, right? So the answer will be option number D, or you can say option number 4 also. Emotional barriers, yes, but yes, I was looking for emotional barriers only. Question number 12 now. Question number 12. A communication channel is the type of a media that is used to transfer a message from one person to another. Communication channel affects how inefficient or ineffective flow of information is within a company. Identify the communication channel wherein communication takes place between two parties who are at different levels in the hierarchy. So what will be your answer for question number 12? Wow. Sender, encoder, message, decoder, receiver, feedback. Right. And what is the essence of communication? Rishi, you quoted very correctly the process of communication, but you forgot to mention the essence of communication. That process deals into what? That results, the process which you have mentioned, results into what? 12th B, some are saying C also. So let's read the question. Communication takes place between two parties who are working at different levels. So different levels are there. So it will be interscalar. Inter, not intra. Intra is basically two people who are working on the same level. So therefore we use the word intra for them. But if let's say a top level person is talking to the middle level person, then it will be inter only. So the right answer will be option number C. Right? You have internet and intranet. Right? So you can use that particular kind of analogy over here. The correct answer will be C. So if we have downward communication, we have upward communication, we have diagonal communication and whatnot. These all are typical example of your interscalar communication only. But you have horizontal communication, lateral. That is classic example of intrascalar. Right? So let's move forward. And by the way, I am still looking for the answers for essence of communication. What is the essence of communication? I was expecting the answer from Rishi, but no reply in the chat box. So if somebody else can take the duty to reply it. Question number 13. This is a quite unique question. This I have also asked to all the students who were preparing last year for SEBI, and many of them were not correct. So try to answer this question which is coming on your screen right now. And I need answers. 13th ka answer. Come on, I need answers for question number 13. Question number 13. Vikas is going with haptics. Oh, no. Learner, you are also not on the right track. Mr. Charan is going with D. Parineet is going with A. No, Rishi, not correct. Nikita is also going with A. Rishi is saying understanding of message by recipient. Still, you are not hitting the nail on its top. You are hovering around it. Parneet has changed the answer to gesture. Okay. Rohan Chopra is going towards gestures. Okay. Anybody else who would like to contribute? Anybody else? By the way, the essence of communication is mutual understanding. Rishi and this person whose name is learner. The correct answer is mutual understanding. Mutual understanding means what? That whatever sender wants to say, recipient has understand it. Okay, so mutual understanding is the essence of communication. That was the correct word which I was looking for. By the way, for question number 13, those who are saying haptics is not the correct answer. Nikhil has been posted in one of the districts of Haryana state and he has been appointed as a traffic police. He uses his fingers and hand to control running vehicles. So for example, if a vehicle is coming, he is doing like this. So he is telling that vehicle to stop. If he says that you have to go to right, then he will show the direction of right. Right? All this is gestures. Haptics में the touch is important. Right? In haptics, the touch is important. So Nikhil is not using any touch. Rather, he is trying to, what should I say? He is trying to communicate with the traffic which is flowing around him through his gestures. So the answer over here will be option number D. Haptics will not make any sense because in haptics you need touch of hand. So for example, if Nikhil is slapping somebody to convey his disagreement to that particular person, then yes, that slapping can come under haptics. Right? Paralanguage thing is body language, right? Body postures comes under, paralanguage is your, I would say, communicating with the tone of the message, like prosodics and vocalics. They all come under paralanguage. Body postures is like communicating with the body. This is also known as kinesics. Gesture is the correct answer. Gesture is like you are using one particular body part to communicate something. Like if I'm using thumbs, if I'm using like this, like an umpire doesn't, like if an umpire does this in a cricket match, you will come to know that the batsman is out. So this is all gestures. Artifacts is like communicating with the help of the objects, right? So the answer over here will be option number D. Let me check. Yes. So answer will be D. So gesture is a form, like all these are gestures. But if I'm using this particular gesture as a touch, then it will be haptics. I hope it is very much clear to all of you. Question number 14 now. Question number 14. Feedback essence. No, feedback is not the essence. Feedback helps you to attain the mutual understanding. Mutual understanding is the essence of communication. Feedback is just one way to reach to the essence of communication, and feedback is the last step of the communication process. Chaliye, identify the incorrect statement from the following. Polarization. Two people may strongly disagree about some items, may not realize it until they establish two-way. Polarization, I hope you know that we both are under the state of disagreement, right? So if we are into the state of disagreement, it will only come out once we try to have two-way communication. Like if I tell to you, India is great, you tell to me, India is not great. So we are into the state of polarization, right? We are both into the state of disagreement. And this we will only come to know once we have two-way communication. If I just keep on saying to you that India is great, India is great, India is great, I will just assume that you agree with me, right? Shannon and Warren Weaver model was applied to interpersonal. Okay. According to Sharon Weaver model, receiver plays an active part in communication process as sender. Cognitive dissonance is about internal conflict and anxiety when people receive information incompatible to their value system. This is a PFRDA Grade A Phase 2 level question. So let's try to see that who is giving me the right answer over here. Bataiye, this is actually a tough question which I can take under management, but this is not that much tough. If your concepts are clear, then you could have marked your answer. Learner and Nilesh are going with B. Okay. What about others? 14th, Rishi is going with E. All of the options are correct. Rohan is also going with all correct. Nilesh has now changed the answer to B. What about others? Nikita, Rohan and all of you. What are your answers? Parineet also. So this will decide that whether you are in or out. See, polarization, you have to identify the incorrect one. So statement number 1 is definitely incorrect. Statement number 1 is definitely correct, not incorrect, right? Because polarization you will only come to know once you have two-way communication. Now let's try to read about others also. In certain questions you can apply elimination technique also. Claude Shannon and Warren Weaver model can be applied majorly to interpersonal. Yes, for example, if we both are talking, it's interpersonal only, right? So I can apply Claude Shannon and Warren Weaver model. So this statement is also correct. So why you are saying this is incorrect? What is the logic behind it? Can be applied majorly to interpersonal. According to Shannon and Weaver model, receiver plays an active part. No, sender plays an active part. Because see, as per Claude Shannon and Warren Weaver model, sender, who is the person who is sending the information, actually thinks about the message. He thinks about all the content which he has to put in message. Then he selects the medium. Then he finally do the encryption also. And then he sends the message. Right? So this is all the duties of sender. But the receiver will just do de-encryption. He will receive the message, do the opposite of encryption, and then definitely share the feedback. So answer over here according to me should be option number C. Why? Because in Claude Shannon and Warren Weaver model, receiver plays an active part. No, sender plays an active part. Receiver does not play that much active part. Therefore, the correct answer over here will be option number C. Let me know what. Do you have any doubts on it? All correct. No, Nilesh is saying Shannon, not interpersonal. I'm not able to understand it. Like Shannon not interpersonal means what? Shannon Warren Weaver model can be applied majorly to interpersonals. Yes, it can be applied because you do encryption and de-encryption, like encoding and decoding, right? So that will be done between two people only. So it's interpersonal only. But receiver is also actively listening. Now you are saying this actively listening. In this way, sender is also sending the message actively. Now you are changing the situation over here by your own context. Yes, not leader, sender is active. If you see all the models of communication, whether it's Claude Shannon and Warren Weaver model, or whether it's the journal model of communication also, sender plays a very important role as compared to the, I would say, receiver. And this I am very much sure. Even if you open like any model of communication, you can see that majority of the steps are taken by sender only. For example, even if one-way communication has to happen, then sender has to be there, right? In two-way communication, yes, you can say that receiver then joins in later. But communication के लिए sender is very very important party, right? So answer over here will be option number C only. Even if you see the journal model of communication, which somebody posted in the chat also, like Rishi, if I'm not wrong, check the number of steps which sender is doing. Almost like 5 to 6 steps will fall under the category of sender only. Receiver only generally has 3 steps: decoding the message, right? Understanding it, obviously, and then sharing the feedback, right? So only 3 steps are there on the receiver end. Now, I'm not saying that receiver is totally kind of a dead person, but if I compare sender and receiver, then definitely sender plays an important role as compared to a receiver, right? So answer over here will be option number C. Now let's come to the 15th one. 15 one. Question number 15. Consider the following situation. When you tilt your head to the side, it usually means you are listening intently and deeply interested in finding out the information you are being told. It can also mean that you are concentrating very hard. Which type of non-verbal communication is used in the above situation? Question number 16. When you tilt your head to the side, it usually means you are listening very intently, deeply interested also. And now over here, if you see, you are tilting your head to the side. You are listening intently and deeply interested in finding out the information. It also means you are concentrating very hard. Which type which type of non-verbal communication is being used over here? Facial expression does not make even a sense over here. So A will be eliminated. Paralinguistically, you need a tone, right? You need your language to come out. For example, if I just keep on speaking on a very high pitch kind of a sound, then you all will give attention to me. But in this case, nothing is happening like this. So paralinguistic will also come out. None of the above. I don't think none of the above make any sense over here. Either it will be gestures or kinesics. Yes, the answer will be kinesics because your whole body is getting into the kind of the situation, right? Whenever whole body is involved, then it will be kinesics. But only when one particular body part is involved, then it will be a gesture, right? So answer over here will be option number D. Now let's move to 16th one. 16th one. 16th C. C कैसे होगा? No, not C. Because if you see for C, that is a paralinguistic, a voice has to come, which was not present in that case. Question number 16. Suppose in an organization, employee have good communication skills. There is a very high level of mutual trust and every employee respect each other. In certain situations, this will lead to which of the following scenarios? Now, even if you don't know anything about management, still you can answer this question. So certain, like I have told you before also, 25 to 30 questions will be easy only, right? So you have to grab them. You have to take all these 25, 30 correct. If you go incorrect in these questions, then it's very bad. So 25 to 30 questions पे correct होना है, and then you have to search for moderate questions, and then in the last you have to look forward towards the hard question as well, right? चलिए question number 16. Increase management efficiency. Yes, my boy, this is the correct answer, which is option number D. Why? Because all the other options, if you see, effective communication will lead to argumentative situations. It will increase the time to take a decision or to do the work. It is about less interchange of thoughts. It does not even make sense. If you are having effective communication, which basically means that you are having high degree of mutual understanding, then all of these will never happen. So the correct answer will be D. Cool. Now let's move to question number 17. Now this is a very easy question, and certain questions which if they are easy you should solve them under less than 10 seconds, provided that you know the answer. Question number 17. A transformation leader is a type of a person in which a leader is not limited by his or her followers' perception. The concept of a transformation leadership was given by whom? And later it was extended by Bernard M. Bass. So I'm looking for 17th answer. What will be the correct answer for 17? Yes, everybody. Please give me the answers for 17. Was it Adam Smith? Was it Henry Mitchell, John Linkard, Henry Mitchell, or none of the above? Yes, it was Burns only. Therefore, the answer over here will be none of the above. Okay, Rory Burns, if I'm not wrong, or James Burns. Okay, the correct answer over here will be option number B. Option number E, none of the above. Let's move forward to the next question. Question number 18. Question number 18. Each leadership style is affected by the personality. Now, this is also a tough question because not everybody knows about personality, but still they can ask you some offbeat topics. It was some James Rory Burns. Okay, yes, James Burns is also correct, but his middle name was Rory something. Rory. Question number 18. Question number 18. Each leadership style is affected by the personality of a leader. Identify that personality trait where a leader is always punctual to his work, he is always systematic, organized, and achievement oriented. James Downtown. No, no. Yes, now I can see maximum of you are giving the right answer. Yes, it will be like you have your own pronunciation. I call it as consciousness, something like that. Okay, so answer will be option number E. Extraversion basically means that the leader is a kind of a party animal. So a person who is driven by need of affiliation can come under extraversion. Like he or she tries to do a lot of outings. Neuroticism basically means that a person is a kind of a, you can say, a mood shifter. Sometimes you would have seen like narcissist leaders, right? Open to experiences like openness, like you are curious. Agreeableness basically means that you are humble. And this last word, like I always have this pronunciation problem with this word, conscious, like you can have your own pronunciation, right? The answer will be option number E. Moving forward to the 19th one. Moving forward to the 19th ones. According to French and River, 5 form of power, which type of power is exercised when the leader, which type of power is exercised by leader when they try to control team members by the ability to take things away rather than the reward? Question number 19. Question number 19. Coercive, title, expert, reward, or referent power. And by the way, can I say that power and authority are two different concepts? If the answer is yes, then what is the difference? Do let me know in the comment box, or do let me know in the chat box also. 19D. Yes, this is a very kind of a moderate question because over here you are trying to take the things through your own ability rather than the reward. So the answer will be coercive. But if you try to give a lot of reward, then it will be reward power. Expert power comes because you have knowledge in that domain. Like a doctor has the expert power in the field of human body. Title power or legitimate power is basically coming from the law of the land. And then you have referent power. Referent power is something which you should try to chase. Like you can say PM Modi has a kind of a referent power because he has a lot of fan following. So he has some X factor, right? So answer over here will be option number D, right? Now let's move forward to the 20th one. Yes, very good. The doubt, this not the doubt, sorry, the statement posted by a student whose name is Learner. He or she is correct, right? Power comes from the personal characteristics, where authority comes from the position. Very good. Authority can be delegated. Yes, authority can be delegated. Responsibility, not partially or not fully, rather, partial responsibility can be delegated. Accountability can never be delegated, right? So, the concepts of delegation we have revised. By the way, I also hope you know the flow. Flow is also important. Authority flows downward, right? Responsibility and your accountability flows upward. All these are important. These are basics of management, right? Powers can be both positional and personals. It's a loose language if you see, but you have a difference between power and authority. Yes, power is a bigger subset, you can say. Like if I have to draw a diagram, then authority over here and power will be a kind of a bigger kind of a kind of a super subset. Right. Let's move forward to the next question, which is question number 20. Chaliye. So we have question number 20. Transactional leadership is telling, yes, he is telling only transactional leadership. The most important quality is carrot and stick approach. Do remember it. Transactional leadership is also known as what? My counter question to you, transactional leadership is also known as what? Transactional leadership uses standard rules and procedure. Yes, this is also correct. Transactional leadership can be used when workers are highly skillful. No, not at all. For workers, if they are skillful, use transformational, use democratic, use laissez-faire or free rein also. But you cannot use transactional. So statement C is incorrect and the question is asking you to identify the right one. So only A and B are correct, right? So answer will be option number E. Yes, please let me know what is the other name of transactional, by the way. Yes, very good. It's managerial leadership. It's managerial leadership. Very good. Moving forward to the next one. Question number 21. Now, this is also a kind of a tough question, so try to answer it carefully. Question number 21. In the case of successful leadership, decisions are mostly taken at a higher level. Chalo, you only answer it first of all. Then I will read the question. The question is about successful leaders and effective leaders. Do remember, all effective leaders are successful. All effective leaders are successful, but all successful leaders are not effective. So if you have to become a leader, always try to become effective leader. Because if you are effective, then you will automatically become successful. चलिए, successful leader is a kind of a manager. Effective leader is a kind of a true leader. ये भी अगर आप याद कर लोगे, then it's also good. 21 learner and Nilesh are going towards C. Cool. In case of successful leadership, decisions are mostly taken at higher level, and ineffective leadership, under effective leadership, every member says this statement is correct. You have to identify the incorrect one. Okay, so galat statement निकालना है. In the case of successful leadership, leaders are successful in short term and effective leadership is for long term. Yes, this is also correct. In the case of successful leadership, which is a kind of a managerial approach, leaders affect the attitude, and in the case of effective leadership, leaders affect the actions. No, 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 no. Statement number C is incorrect, so your answer will be C only. Because in the case of successful leadership, I will try to affect the actions of subordinate. But in the case of effective leadership, I will try to affect the attitude, the behavior of that particular employee. D, let's read it. In the case of successful leadership, leader supervises the activities. Supervises what? Supervises the actions of subordinates. But in the case of effective leadership, leaders exercise journal supervision. Yes. So answer over here will be option number C only. And I can see maximum of you have given right answer. Cool. Question number 22 now. A kind of a moderate question, I would say. Question number 22. Scientific management is a theory of management that analyzes, okay, the main objective is to improve economic efficiency and improve labor productivity. In the same regard, identify the component which is not a part of the work study done under scientific management. By the way, who is the father of scientific school of management? And like if I ask you to define scientific management in one line, what will be your answer? Yes, D will be the correct answer. Motion study was done to eliminate the unnecessary motions or the movements of the employee. Method study was done to identify the one best way to do the work. Time study was done to calculate the minimum time required to do the job. Fatigue study was done to identify the rest intervals. Material study was not done by the Scientific School of Management. Right. The father of Scientific School of Management is F.W. Taylor, Frederick Wilson Taylor. And yes, how will you define Scientific School of Management in just one line? Like, give me the core of Scientific School of Management in one line. बताइए. What is Scientific School of Management in one line? Simply saying, identify the one best way to do the task, which increases your efficiency. This is what Scientific School of Management is. And by the way, I hope you remember regarding the Administration School of Management also, which was given to you by Henry Fayol. How many principles were given by Henry Fayol? 14. Are all the 14 principles important? Yes. Right? So under Henry Fayol, you have to remember unity of command, unity of direction, the principle of order, the principle of equity, the principle of scalar chain, the principle of gangplank, right? All this is very, very important. Cool. So please revise it if you have not done so far. Moving forward to 23 now. Now this is a kind of a moderate to tough question, but those who know the concept, for them it's easy. Question number 23. This I have taken from planning under decision making, because you do decision making under planning. Administrative man model believes that the person selects the alternative which is satisfactory or good enough, though it not be the best alternative. For this, he uses the rule of thumb. Rule of thumb basically means what? Kind of guess, right? Tukkabazi. So that is what rule of thumb is. Intuition and etc. Administrative man model is also known as what? Administrative man model is also known as rationalization. But you also have one particular model wherein you try to make the best decisions. That particular model is known as what? Economic man model, wherein you try to work for maximizing your inputs and outputs, you can say. But under rationalization, which is your administrative man model, you try to select the mediocre kind of result. Now try to tell me, if I have to work for perfect rationality, perfect rational decisions will be made under rationalization model or economic man model. If I say perfect rational decision will be made under which particular model? Tell me. Perfect rational. I am asking what? Perfect rational model. Perfect rational will be done under economic man model, because under rationalization, which is your administrative man model, you are having bounded rationality. Cool. So let's move forward. The correct answer is C, which we have all discussed. Question number 24. Span of control. Okay, so SOC, span of control. I hope you know it is also known as span of management, span of supervision, and all that stuff. Question number 24. Wider span of control will lead to a taller organization. Wider means what? That you have many people who are directly working and reporting to you. So will wider result into taller? No, it results into flatter. A narrow span of control will lead into flatter organization. Again, the answer is no. Because if the span of control is narrow, then it leads to a taller organization, not flatter. So basically, A and B are just vice versa. Statement number C. If work to be performed is routine, then the span of control can be large. Yes, statement C looks correct. So answer will be only statement number, or C is correct. So it will be option number D. Moving forward to the question number 25 now. And this is very, very important. I cannot say 100%, but 80 to 90% I'm sure that you will see a question on Henry Mitzberg. Right? So all the 10 roles of manager given by Henry Mitzberg are damn important for you. Okay? So Henry Mitzberg role of managers. Henry Mitzberg described 10 roles that manager fill. These roles are further categorized into 3 headings. So you have interpersonal, you have your, I would say, informational, and you have the third one, which is decisional. So your answer will be option number D over here, isn't it? Yes, it will be decisional. And under informational, you have 3 roles. Under your, I would say, interpersonal, you have 3 roles. And under decisional, you have 4 roles of the manager. If I talk to you regarding spokesperson, spokesperson will come under which particular heading? Interpersonal, informational, or decisional? Tell me. If I just say spokesperson. Manager is the spokesperson of the company. So where will this particular person come? Where will this particular person come? Tell me. Yes, informational. Very good. But if I say manager is playing the role of a leader, then it will come under interpersonal. Right? Leader is an interpersonal thing. Like if a manager is playing the role of networker, licensing, then again it will be interpersonal. And if I say disturbance handler, entrepreneur, risk taker, all that will be decisional. Okay, so remember, this is by far the most predictable topic which we generally expect SEBI, PFRDA exam conducting authority. They will definitely ask different roles of manager given by Henry Bidsberg. Right? Question number 26 now. Question number 26. Now this is HRD. There is an ad in the newspaper about hiring a new person. This ad gives details about location, title, duties and responsibilities of a job. Which of the following ad is highlighting? So if you see an ad in the newspaper about hiring a new person, the ad gives the detail about location, title, duties and responsibility of a job. Which of the following ad is highlighting? बताइए. Question number 26. Yes, it's your job description. Job analysis has three parts, right? Job specification, job description, and job evaluation, right? So if you are just getting the basic details, then it will come under job description only, right? Job specification is the qualifications which you required for that job, and job evaluation is like you are ranking the jobs based on their importance and how much salary you will get. Cool. Question number 27. Which of the following statement accurately describes the difference between a layoff and a resignation? Question number 27 on your screen now. You have to identify the accurate difference between a layoff and a resignation. So please answer this question number 27. B. Okay. B is accurately. A layoff actually describes. Chalo, you only answer, then I will come to the explanation. Everybody is going with B only. Wow. Everybody. One person answers B. All of you follow him or not, I don't know. A layoff is initiated by employee. No, a layoff is initiated by the company. By which I mean it is initiated by an employer. A layoff often occurs due to company financial difficulty. Yes, a layoff often occurs due to company financial difficulties, while resignation might be voluntary decision by the employee. Okay, in layoff, employee typically retain all the benefits, wherein resignation benefits are immediately lost. Right, both layoff and resignation result in employee leaving the company with no possibility of rehire. No, in your layoff, definitely you have the possibility of rehiring the employee. बताइए, what will be the right answer? 27. A layoff often occurs due to company financial difficulties. Yes, till this point it looks correct. While resignation might be a voluntary decision. Okay, might be a voluntary decision. Now, if you see B and C, try to identify the correct answer. You have to identify the correct one. Now, why C is incorrect, my friends? Because in layoff, you don't get all the benefits, right? You only have some benefits. So the correct answer will be B. Cool. So I can see many of you have given B only, but Nilesh has gone towards 27C. In layoff, employee typically retain all the benefits. No, some benefits, not all. Like you can get a kind of a pay which compensates you for 15 days, but not after that. Right? So the correct answer will be B only. Cool. Now let's move to 28. Which of the following is not correct with respect to training and development? This is also one of the famous topics of HRD. Question number 28. I think Nilesh changed the answer because I told that everybody is following BBB. Cool. Not an issue. Chalo. Question number 28. Which of the following is not correct with respect to the differences between training and development? Training is short term, development is long term. Training is for skills, development is for career. Right? Training increases job skills. Which of the following is not correct? Okay. Training increases job skills where development sharps attitude. Training is long-term perspective where development is short-term. Training is job-centered where development is career-centered. Goal of training is success in the current job where goal in the development is success in the current and future jobs. Right. So definitely B looks incorrect because training is long-term, nahi short-term hoga. Right. So B looks correct. Now let's move to 29. Chaliye. So dash occurs when the leaders integrate their values into company system. Dash occurs when the leaders integrate their values into company system. Intuition, self-understanding, value congruence, vision और delegation. See, D and E को तो आप eliminate कर ही सकते हो. Because vision is like you what you want to become after 10 years, that kind of stuff. Delegation is shifting of work, right? Intuition also you can remove, self-understanding also. So the alien term which remains over here will be a right answer, which is value congruence. Value congruence basically means that leader integrate their values into company system. So a leader, if he or she is transformational and if the company is kind of autocratic, then a transformational leader will change the company also, right? So the answer over here will be C. Last question before we move ahead to the commerce and accounts component. Last question. Which of the following is on the job training method? On the job. So under on the job, you try to learn on that particular job environment itself. So which of the following is on the job training? Please tell me. Lectures and conferences, no. Simulation training, you are not doing it on the job, rather you are doing in some training space. Understudy, sensitive training. Sensitive training is again happening in like in the closed doors. Understudy is the correct answer because under understudy what happens is a person who is kind of, I would say, learning, like he is learning from the master. Right, so he will stand once the master is doing the job. So it's like master is doing the job and the person who wants to learn, he will stand around the master. So the answer will be option number C over here, not B. Simulation training is not happening on the job, right? It's happening somewhere out of the job. It's like I have created a kind of a dummy environment on which you are working right now. So it will be option number C, which is the correct one. Now, so that completes our overall management questions, and I hope you are happy with the 30 questions which I have picked. Some questions were weird, which were tough also. Some questions were moderate and some were easy. Now let's move to question number 1 of commerce and accounts. Right, so everybody, 30th ka only 2 people give the answer. Now we are moving to commerce and accounts. Now this is your PFRDA Grade A Phase 2 2022 question. And by the way, I'm not a regular teacher of commerce and accounts, but still, I have highest marks in commerce and accounts in my graduation and my school. So I can teach you commerce and accounts also, so don't worry. Let's start. Question number 1 of commerce and accounts. I hope I will get the participation like we had before also. Question number 1 of commerce and accounts. Suppose a company is XYZ Limited took a loan of $2 lakh on the 1st December. Currently, the exchange rate is for 74.43. However, on 31st March, the forward exchange rate again, the foreign exchange rate stands at 76.78. So calculate profit and loss. Now, definitely, if the rupee has depreciated over here, right? Because previously you need to pay just 74.43 paisa. Now you have to pay 76.78 paisa for purchasing $1. And you have taken a loan of 2 lakh rupees. So you have to pay more on this particular note now, right? So please tell me what will be your overall profit and loss. 1B, yes. Just do the mathematics, right? 76.78 minus 74.43. It will be somewhere around 2 point something, right? So 2 into 2 lakh will somewhere give you 4 lakh only. अगर आप इन दोनों का difference भी निकालते हो 76 minus 74, it will be around 2 only, 2 point something. Now that 2 point something into 2 lakh will give you the answer around 4 lakh only. So even if you do not do the mathematics, the answer will come out as B only. Yes, it's a loss because the value of the currency, which in our case is Indian, right? The Indian currency has depreciated, so it will be a loss. Cool. So answer will be option number B. Simple. It was like 2.35 the exact difference multiplied by the loan amount. So 4 lakh 70. As simple as that. Moving forward to the next one. Question number 2. Now this is a very basic question. Try to identify it. And yes, don't worry from commerce and accounts. Over here also we have seen the previous question also, which was kind of doable. Basic mathematics you have to do. Right? So again saying target easy to moderate questions first. Do not try to say that I will solve all the tough questions correctly. 50 questions, 40 minutes. You don't have the luxury of time. So keep your attempts limited and try to get 40 correct. 40 to correct honi chahiye if you need to have a chance for getting the interview call. Which of the following given statement is in our correct? Measurement means quantification of business transaction into financial terms. Yes, right. This is the basic definition of measurement. Right. Communication means determining what transaction to record. Communication means determining what transactions to record. Communication means determining what transaction. No, no, no. B is incorrect. Right. On certain easy questions also people can go incorrect also. Recording is the process of entering. Yes. Third one looks correct. So it should be 1 and 3. C is the correct one over here. Simple. Right. Now let's move to question number 3. Now this is your basic concepts of account on which the principles of accounts are made. चलिए, so बताइए what will be your right answer? Question number 3. Question number 3. A company purchased a new computer of 10,000 in 2019. The computer is expected to last 10 years, meaning it will produce projects of the projected decade. Okay, so the company charges the computer price tag to the depreciation expense of 1,000 per year, adding up to 10 years. Cool. And if this depreciation remains same, then it's your straight line method only, not written down value. Which of the following concept is highlighted over here? See, business entity means what? That business is different. The owner of the business is different. Right? Reliance is different. Mukesh Ambani is different. Reliance is an artificial human being, you can say, as per the law. Right? Materiality concept basically means that you will only keep record of material. Like you will only keep record of those things which are important, not everything. Right? Going concern, my business will keep going for infinite period. I cannot say that I will do business for 10 years only. Right? Matching concept and dual entry. Dual entry means what? That every account will have a debit and credit. Right? Matching will be the right answer over here, because under matching you try to make sure that whatever expense of that year is, that it should be matched to the revenue of that year. So answer will be D. Good. Now let's move to question number 14. Now this is your SEBI Grade A Phase 2 question of 2024. So Phase 2 if they are asking you certain basic questions, then it basically means that they want you to focus on the basics also. Question number 4. If in an organization is being conservative while preparing its profit and loss account, which accounting concept is being followed? If in an organization is being conservative while preparing its profit and loss account. Conservative means what? To hedge, to play safe. Which accounting concept is this? Very easy. Prudence. Prudence is like principle of conservatism only. Right? Accrual is also very, very important. This is also one of the fundamental concept of accounting, which says that you have to focus on transaction and not on cash receiving. Consistency, very easy. You have to follow the same principle over every now and then. Right? Going concern we have done. Matching also we have done. So answer will be A. Moving forward to the 5th one. Which of the following statement is incorrect? Which of the following statement is incorrect? As per the balances method we generally use in the trial balance. I hope you know it. Right? As per the balance method, assets have debit balance. Yes, obviously, assets always have debit balance. Right? I hope you know assets, like increase in asset is debited, decrease in asset is credited. Right? As per the balances method, capital have debit balance. No, capital has credit balance. Increase in capital is credited. I hope you know it, right? Revenue will have credit balance. Yes, revenues, like you credit all your incomes, right? Expenses will have debit. Yes, expenses and all the losses have debit, right? If there is an increase in loss, if there is an increase in expense, they will definitely be debited in my accounts book. So answer will be B over here. Now these are fundamental questions to accounts. I can see many of you are giving the right answer, but some are not giving. right? So these are fundamental questions which definitely can appear in your paper also. I have some previous year questions also today for you, which proves that yes, fundamental questions will appear in your paper. Yes, this is also a trial balance error kind of stuff. And yes, in trial balance, do read about suspense account. चलिए, Sharma and Sons paid 25,000 to Mehta Enterprise, a supplier of the goods. The transaction was correctly recorded in cash book. Okay, but while posting it to ledger, Mehta account was debited only by 2,500, but the transaction was of 25,000. So this error is as what? This is not an omission error. Omission can be partial or full. Omission means that I have skipped altogether, right? And I have skipped a certain part also. So that can be a partial omission or a full omission. This is the error of commission. Commission includes what? That you have posted in the wrong account, you have posted with lesser amount or with higher amount and whatnot. So the answer over here will be option number B. Error of principle basically means that you have not followed the fundamental of accounting, right? Compensating errors are like basically you have to debit Sham, but you have debited Ram, right? So instead of Ram, you have debited Sham. So it's like it will compensate. It will not affect your trial balance, but yes, you have compensated that error. So answer over here will be option number B, right? So these are very basics of trial balance. Yes. Now you have the question related to numerical. So cash is given to you as 50,000, bank balance is 95. Debtors is 36, plant and machinery is 160, building is 4 lakh, furniture is 48,000. BR is basically related to your debtors. It's 113, creditors is 44,000, bills payable is 47. So you have assets and liabilities given to you. So there is no long-term liability. Creditors and your bills payable are your current liability, right? So now you have to identify capital. So assets is equals to what? Liability plus capitals, right? So you have assets. So do the total. I will also do it on my paper so that we all can get the answers. And yes, there are no calculators allowed in the exam. So be, I would say, watchful for it. So 90 plus 50, okay, plus 36 of data, so that will give me 181, right? Plus machine also I will kick in, so that will be 341 something. Building and furniture 448, right? So your total of assets will come out to be, if I add 1,13,000 also, so my asset is coming out as 902, 9 lakh and 9 lakh 2,000. I have to just reduce 44 from it and 47 also. Cool. So my answer is coming out as 8 lakh 11. What is your answer? Please post in the comment box. Yes, 7th B, right? So 8 lakh 11,000. I can say that you are definitely more faster than me when it comes to calculation. Yes. 9 lakh 2,000 minus 91,000. So 8 lakh 11,000. So B was the correct one. Question number 8. Chaliye, which of the following transactions will be recorded as a contra entry in a cash book? So first of all, you need to understand that what is a contra entry. A contra entry is basically that entry which will affect your cash and your bank balance also, right? So on that basis, only option B is correct. Because if you sold goods for cash, so your purchases will be debited to cash. Oh, sorry, goods sold to cash. So it will be sale, not purchases rather. Right? So it will be cash to sales, 20,000. But if you go for cash deposited into bank, so this will affect your cash and the bank balance. So your answer will be option number B. Cash deposited into bank will be bank account debit to cash, right? So the answer will be option number B. A contra entry is basically that entry which affects the cash in hand and the bank balance, right? So only option number B is correct. Rent paid in cash, so rent account debit to cash. Commission received in cash, so cash account debit to commission, right? So I hope you know the journal entries, then only you can solve it. Moving forward to the next one, question number 9. Now I can see suddenly a lot of students have left the marathon. So either their concepts are not clear or either I am teaching very bad. Chaliye, question number 9 now. A bill of exchange was drawn on 11 July 2013. Its term was 1 month. What is the date of maturity? So we all know that a bill of exchange comes with 3 days of grace, right? Now please check, a bill was drawn on 11 July and now you have full 1 month. So July ke baad it comes to what? July ke baad it comes to your, I would say, August, right? So 11th August ko the bill will expire, but I also have to add 3 more days as a grace period, right? So it will be 14th. So 11th August, 12, 13 and 14. And 14 is not a national holiday, right? So answer will be option number A over here, right? So let's move forward to next question, which is your question number 10. Which of the following statement is correct with regard to multiple ratios, right? So now we are talking about ratios. So please answer question number 10 correct. I'm looking for answers for question number 10. Which of the following statement is correct? Solvency ratios are calculated to determine the ability to do the business to service its debt in long term. Yes, solvency ratio is this only, like how the business will be able to survive in long run with the help of its debt. So A looks correct to me, but I will definitely read further questions also. Further statements also, not questions. Interest coverage ratio measures the relationship between long-term debt and equity. No, no, no. Interest coverage ratio is not this. Rather, for long-term debt and equity, we have debt to equity, right? Debt to equity ratio refers to the ratio of long-term debt to the total external and internal funds. No, no. In debt to equity, you don't have just capital employed, right? You have other things also. So C is also incorrect. Rather, capital employed ratio is your EBIT divided by the capital employed, earning before interest and taxes. So C and B are eliminated straight away. Let's read D also. Debt to capital employed is the relationship between debt to capital employed ratio expresses the relationship of proprietorship funds. No, no, no. How can you talk about debt and proprietor at the same time? So D is also eliminated. So answer will be option number A. Debt is not related to shareholders, right? So answer will be option number A over here. Cool. Question number 11. Dividend payout ratio is equals to what? Dividend payout is very easy. DPS divided by EPS. Or is it PAT divided by EPS? Is it EBIT divided by EPS? Is it preference dividend divided by equity dividend? Or is it, I would say, preference dividend divided by the PAT? What will be the correct answer if I ask you what is DPS ratio will be is equals to what? DPS is your dividend per share divided by the EPS. So the right answer will be option number A again. So this is the formula, right? And they have asked you multiple times before as well. Like in 2022, they asked you which of the following is the correct formula for calculating capital employed ratio. So be ready. They can ask you certain numericals also or certain easy questions also. Question number 12. Now let's try to solve one particular question related to EPS. Earning per share. Earning per share is your profits, net profits you can say, minus your preference dividend divided by the number of shares, right? Yes, you have to deduct preference dividend. Chalo, let's try to solve it. 70,000 equity shares of 10 each. So the total value is 7 lakh. Net profit after tax but before dividend is given to you as 1,75,000. Yes, this is what we need, right? Net profit to chahiye numerator. So 1,75,000. Sorry for my bad handwriting. 1,75,000 in numerator. Market price is not needed over here. Market price is useful in PE ratio. Price divided by EPS, right? Dividend declared at 15%. So this is not like preference dividend. So I will not pay any attention to this particular point. Dividend declared, because in EPS you have to deduct preference dividend, not the normal dividend. So it will be very simple, right? So you have your net profit, which is 1,75,000 divided by the total number of equity share, which is 70,000. So just do the calculation and your answer will be, I'm looking for 12. What will be the answers for 12? So if I divide 1,75,000, 1,75,000 divided by, and I'm using calculator for this, okay, because I have to give you the answer. Mera aa raha hai 2.5. What is about you? Yes, it will be 2.5. Okay, so the answer will be option number B. But check bhi kar lete hai. Yes, it's B only, right? So you just have to divide. But if they have given preference dividend, then definitely you have to deduct. Then only you have to get the right answer. But in our questions, they have just written dividend. They have not mentioned whether it was preference or not. Question number 13. Chaliye. Interest coverage ratio may be expressed as what? Interest coverage ratio. Interest coverage ratio, as the name suggests, are you able to service your interest from the given profit? Interest coverage ratio may be expressed as what? Net profit before interest and tax divided by the interest in long-term debts. Interest on long-term debts divided by the net profit before tax, long-term capital employed divided by the long-term debt. Yes, this is also a formula-based question. So answer will be option number A. Interest coverage ratio basically means from the given amount of profit, can I pay the interest for the next year or for the upcoming years? Right? So higher the better it is. A will be the right answer. Question number 14. Company X has reported the following figures. So you have equity share capital, preference share capital, and long-term debentures. EBIT, earning before interest and taxes, is given to US 90,000. Now from the above information, you have to calculate ROCE, return on capital employed in percentages form. Now this is a previous year question only, by the way. Now, even if they give you a numerical, don't worry. ROCE means what? Return on capital employed. So your EBIT divided by the total capital employed. Capital includes your equity and debt. So just do the total of this is 5 lakh, right? 5 plus 6 is 11. 11 plus 2 will be 13. So 90 divided by 13 into percentage. So please do the calculation. I will also do it on my Calci. By the way, I again repeat, there are no Calcis allowed. So you take your time to address it. Right, so it will be 90,000 divided by, yes, 13 lakhs into 100 because the question is about percentage. So mine is 6.923. So option number A looks correct. What about you? Yes, A is the right answer over here. Cool. Moving forward to 15th one. A higher dividend yield ratio means the company is, this is SEBI Grade A Phase to 2024. So they are again asking you basic questions only in phase 2 again. So if you see certain questions like this, then go all guns crazy and try to mark the correct answer. High dividend yield means that they are giving you higher dividend, simple. So the answer over here will be option number A only, providing a relatively large return to the stakeholders or to the shareholder, to be precise. Right? By coincidence, I think all the answers are coming as A only. Chalo, now let's try to understand gross profit. A company reported has following details: opening stock of 45, purchases of 120, sales of 350, and wages are 25. Gross profit. Now, gross profit is what? The first level of profit, right? Gross profit is your sales minus your COGS. Right? COGS is cost of goods sold. Cost of goods sold is what? Opening stock plus purchases plus direct expenses minus your closing stock, but closing stock is not given you in the question. So sales they have given you directly, so it will be 350. It will be 350 minus COGS. COGS opening plus purchases. So 45 plus 120, 165. 165 plus wages. Wages is a direct expense, right? So 165 plus 25 you have to do and deduct it from 350. Deduct it from 350. 16th B or E? 165 plus 25 will be 190, right? So 350 minus 190 you have to do. And if you do this, 15,6, yes, it should be option number B, 1,60,000 only. Right? So answer will be option number B. Simple, right? So I just deducted 5 from 9. So it's like you have to do that basic mathematics. Cool. Question number 17. A company has the following liabilities on its balance sheet: accounts payable, long-term debt, short-term loan. Total assets is also given to you. Okay, so liabilities is given, assets is also given. Now you have to calculate the capital. Again, very basic question, I would say. When assets is equals to your liabilities plus capital, right? So your total capacity. Okay, so you have to identify capital in this case. So it will be assets minus liabilities. Total assets is 20 minus your liabilities. Liabilities 5 plus 2 plus 3, 10. Right? So 20 minus 10 will be 10 only. So the answer will be option number A. Answer will be option number A, 17. Now, अगर ये question आ गया तो फिर easy होना चाहिए paper. Cool. Now let's move to 18th one. Cash flow. Now we are moving to the 18th one, which is cash flow. Cash flow arising from dash is a key indicator to the extent which businesses operations enterprise have generated cash. Cash flow arising from dash is a key indicator of the extent to which business operations of the enterprise have generated cash. Business operations, we all know that in cash flow there are three activities: financing, operating, and your investing. But if I talk about the core business operations, it will obviously be option number B, which is operating, isn't it? Because in operating activities you will come to know that from the daily operations how much business was able to generate cash. Financing is about how much you are able to raise. Investing is about putting the money. So answer will be option number B in this case. I hope you also get it correct. Right? Question number 19 now. Question number 19. Which from the following amount were payable on the issue of share by the company? So a company has called 3 on application, 2 on allotment, 2 on first call, and the 2 on final call as well. So total money is 3 plus 3, 6 plus 4 is 10. But company has called 3 on application, 3 on allotment, 2 on first and on the final call. X holding 500 shares have paid only application and allotment money. So Mr. X has not paid the money which was due on call. Whereas Y was holding 400 shares but he has not paid the money on final call. Total call in arrears. Call in arrear basically means how much amount is unpaid. Kitna bakaya hai. That is what you have to calculate. So if X is holding 500 shares and he has not paid first and final call, so it will be 500 into 4. Why? Because 4 2 you are calling on first and 2 you are again calling on final. So first plus final will be 4 only, right? 2 plus 2. So 500 into 4 is the total due for Mr. X, which will be 2000, right? But if you look for Y, he has not paid only the final call. So he has given you 3 plus 3 plus 2, right? Which is 8, but he has not paid just 2 rupees. So it will be 400 into 2 only, which will be 800. So the total call in arrear will be 2000 plus 800, which will again be answer of option number A, 2800. Cool. So let's move forward to question number 20. So now we have a question from bonus shares. Which among the following are the correct conditions as per the Companies Act that must be met by the company for issuing the bonus shares? So if you are issuing a bonus share, then what is the correct condition which you should meet as per the Companies Act? And now why we are discussing Companies Act? Because this is related to bonus issue. Bonus issue you also study in companies and is in the, I would say, in your companies at lectures also and in your accounts also. Chaliye. So what will be the answer for question number 20? I am looking for answers for 20. Yes, if you are looking to issue bonus shares, then it should be authorized by articles. Obviously, yes. If it is not by articles, then kahan se aayega directions? Any partly paid must be fully paid up. Yes, obviously. Board has recommended the bonus issue and the same has been approved by the journal meeting. A company has not defaulted. Yes, all of these are there. So answer will be option number E. Answer will be option number E. Good. Now this is theoretical, my friends. You have to read it. Otherwise, if you don't read, then how the hell you will be able to mark your answer? Question number 21 is related to ESOPs, employee stock option plans. Yes. Question number 21. Consider the following statement regarding ESOPs. ESOPs is a category of sweat equity. No. Sweet equity you basically have for your promoters or for your basic shareholders who started the company. Employee may or may not exercise the option. A company may authorize ESOP by passing an ordinary resolution. So ordinary to nahi hota is case mein because you have a special resolution, right? So C is eliminated. A is also eliminated. So you have to identify the correct one, right? So employee has the option that whether he wants to exercise that particular, I would say, or not, right? So answer will be option number B in this case, right? So it will be only option number B. So employee has the option that whether he want to exercise the right or whether he does not want to exercise the right. So the correct answer will be option number B. Let's move forward to question number 22. Let's move forward to question number 22. Question number 22. According to the Companies Act, if the board resolution is passed, the maximum limit for the buyback of shares would be dash of the company's paid up capital and reserve. Now this is tough according to me because the अंदर से पूछा है बहुत. This is tough. So let's try to see that who is able to answer it. Please answer question number 22. Please answer question number 22. Fatafat. According to the Companies Act, please answer as soon as possible. Yes, it has to be option number A, B, C or D. Yes, the correct one will be option number D. Because if you see as per section 68 of the Companies Act, subsection 2, if there is an authorization by board resolution, then you can have buyback of less than 10%. But if you want to have more than 10%, then you have a special resolution and your article things comes into the picture. So the correct answer will be option number D. Question number 23 now. Please tell me regarding the question number 23. Which of the following is correct? Accounting standard for inventory is बताइए. Oh, I can see some doubts also. Rishi is asking what is the time limit for right issue and buyback. 7 and 30, 15 and 30. No. You can mail me, Rishi. I will let you know. You can mail me on hello@edutab.co.in. Right. Rest all other responses are coming only. Cool. Which among the following statement is in and are incorrect? Accounting standard for inventory is AS3. Indian accounting standard for inventory is Indi AS3. No. For accounting standards related to inventory or related to inventory is AS2 and Ind AS2. So A and first and two statements are incorrect. A is eliminated, B is also eliminated. AS2 was revised in 2016. Yes, this one is correct. So answer will be option number C only. Sorry, answer will be, okay, so the question is asking you to identify the incorrect one. Incorrect one will be, yes, option number D. I marked C because I was looking for correct one. Yes, the answer will be option number D. Cool. Now let's move to 24. Ind AS dash provides revenue from the contract with customers. So Ind AS 115, right, which provides you the contract with revenue. How you have to report the revenue from contract with customers. So answer will be option number A. Okay, and once you get the PDF, do revise this particular list of questions. Ind AS 115 is for revenue from the contracts with customer. Ind AS 102 is for share-based payments. Ind AS 110 is for consolidated financial statements. Ind AS 113 is for fair value of measurement. Right, so please understand that these all are important, so you have to do it. Question number 25. Which one of the following statement best describes the carrying value of the asset? Carrying value of the asset has been defined, so you have to choose the best answer among the available. The amount for which the asset is recognized in the balance sheet after deducting the accumulated depreciation and accumulated impairment losses. Yes, obviously, this is what your carrying value of an asset is. Right, so you choose the asset minus the depreciation and any other loss. Right, so the answer will be option number A itself. Right, but if you see your inventory wala accounting standard is definitely important, so do cover it. So the correct answer will be option number A. Moving forward, question number 26. The corresponding Ind AS for AS 13 is what? If you have accounting standard 13, what will be the corresponding Ind AS for that? Now this is also a unique and a tough question to answer. Yes, it will be all of the above, because accounting standard 13, you have to read Ind AS 109, Ind AS 32, Ind AS 107 also. Then only you can get the full details of AS 13. Right, so there is no one corresponding accounting standard. We have three separately: Ind AS 109, Ind AS 32 or Ind AS 107. Right, so this is a unique information which you all need to remember. Question number 27. Now PFRDA Grade A Phase to 2021. Now this is the level of paper they are asking you. A depreciable amount of the depreciable asset should be allocated on dash basis on an accounting period during the useful life of an asset. It can be straight line or written value, but the correct answer over here will be systematic basis. Why systematic? Because it has to be organized. For example, if I'm choosing straight line, then I have to choose it for n number of years. So it has to be systematic. ऐसा नहीं कि आपने एक year ऐसा किया और next year आपने फिर change कर दिया. Cool. So the correct answer will be option number C. Moving forward to 28. This is your SEBI Grade A Phase to 2024. Which of the following is the application of funds as per the fund flow statement? So if you are making a fund flow statement, which will be categorized as an application of funds. Application of funds, fund flow statement may hardly you have to read anything. It will be increase in working capital only, because if you are increasing your working capital, it basically means that you are having more current assets, right? So answer will be option number B. Good. Moving forward to the next one. And if you see next for all the others like A, C and D and E, these are your sources of funds and not application of funds. Question number 29. If an investment is realizable within 1 year, then this type of investment is known as what? This is a PFRDA Grade A Phase to 2021. Now if certain questions like this comes in my paper, I will be able to solve them in less than 10 seconds. These are known as what? Current investments, marketable securities, liquid investments, or long-term investments. Yes, if they are only realizable in 1 year, then it will be current investments only. Right? Don't get confused between marketable, liquid, and long-term investments. Cool. Last question of the day before we wind up. Which of the following is not an investment as per the question asked in NPS Grade A and B Phase 2 of 2025? So you will definitely get 50 questions, right? So 50 may say I can vouch, 25 to 30 will be easy, 10 will be moderate, and another 10 can be tough, weird kind of questions. So your target should be on easy to moderate first and try to get 2 to 3 correct from the tough one also. There is no requirement to solve all the 50 on 50 questions. Try to make sure that you get 80 questions correct. 40 questions correct, which will give you 80 marks. Right, 30th A. Which of the following is not an investment? Yes, the correct answer will be option number A. Stock and trade is your current asset. It's not your investment, right? Rest all are your investments. So the correct answer will be option number A. And my friends, we now conclude the marathon for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Please keep preparing in the best manner as possible. And yes, if you are ready to help us in the phase 2, like in the analysis, then you can drop your mail on hello@edutab.co.in. We will add you in one particular WhatsApp group wherein you can get in touch with us also, and you can help us in analysis on the 6th October. So all the very best, Nilesh, Akshat, Parineet. Rishi, your doubt is pending, so please mail on hello@edutab.co.in. I will give you the exact dates which you have to remember. Yes, all the best, learner, Parineet. Everybody, please give your best shot, and I will be more than happy for you if you give your best shot. So if you have any doubt, then we can wait. Otherwise, let's conclude for the day. It was very big session for all of us. Right. So that concludes my workshop. Sorry, that concludes my overall session. Thank you and have a great day ahead. Keep preparing in the best manner.